I was telling you, it's I'm an immigrant. And I wasn't born in this country, and I still have the benefit, to go to school, learn the language, and be professional and successful. You're born here.
Right.
You have way more advantage than me, dude. I'm telling you, you can always do whatever you want. And people will always tell you can't do it. I left off where I was telling you, like I'm not religious or anything, but I believe in God, and I believe that when you do the right thing, always the right thing, the benefits will come,
Right.
and they'll show it to you, and it has happened. It has happened to me many times. I was doing a few years ago. I was doing, I wasn't doing some things, good things, and I stopped doing it, man. And the benefits start coming in. Like I was telling you, it's I'm an immigrant. And I wasn't born in this country, and I still have the benefit, to go to school, learn the language, and be professional and successful. You're born here.
Right.
You have way more advantage than me, dude. I'm telling you, you can always do whatever you want. And people will always tell you can't do it.
You said it took you how long to get your? You said a visa or to get here? Or?
Oh, about 10 years to get my citizenship. Yeah. So I was a resident already, but citizenship takes a while.
Right.
Yeah. It takes a
And
while.
so, what does it hinder you from not fully having your citizenship? So when you're here, you have a visa or what?
No,
what is
so yeah, when you get here, you have a residence. They gave us residence, green card, right?
Right.
But it takes a few years. You have to prove that you learn English, that you know the language, that you know how to write it, you know how to speak it, understand it, right? You know American history. This is the true thing.
Oh no, I don't know who made these.
Yeah. So you go to the Homeland Security officer. They do an interview for you, and they ask you questions. They ask you about the states, about your senator, who's the current president, about the Declaration of Independence, and things like that.
Right.
Then they give you 3 sentences for you to write down. So they tell you, they speak it to you, and then you have to write them down, and then also they give you some sentences to read, and they want you to tell them what you understood about the sentences, and so they want to know that you're not going to be a burden for the country, you're not going to be a drag or anything like that.
Gotcha.
And that's about it. And then after that, that's not the only thing, it's more challenges.
Right.
What do you want to do? Oh no, I want to be a doctor. I want to be in my case, I wanted to be a pilot. So it's more education.
Yeah, that's an amazing story. So, what's some life advice you would give to a 25-year-old yourself just getting started out on your journey?
So this is the thing. I was dating someone when I was 19, and after, she was my high school sweetheart. And then, we lived together. We never married. We lived together, but her dreams, her goals were different than mine. And I loved her, right? So she said, I always wanted to be a pilot. She said, no, if you become a pilot, we can't be together. She was kind of possessive. This was what I just told you that.
I was going to say, kind of not. That was very.
You got to be a strong, I wasn't that strong in character to tell her, my career is priority. But I was like, yeah, I love you. I was a young kid, I was young. And then I went to college for biology.
Right.
Because then I said, well, I'm in the medical field because I was a lab technician. I did that for 3 years, and then I met a physician assistant, and the physician assistant, she was guiding me oh no, you should do this. If you're already in the medical field, you should become a PA. You're gonna start making $85 a year. That was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and I was like, okay, whatever. So I went to school. I had 2 semesters in biology. And after my second semester, this girl cheated on me.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I was like, shit, and I kept going, to school.
By the way, don't just brush over that. Tell me how you felt. How old were you? What did it do to you?
So what it did to me is that I wasted 5 years of my life,
I was talking about. Oh yeah. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you.
Just focusing on this girl and a different career that I didn't want to do, and this is what happened, honestly. The same PA, the same physician assistant that talked to me, it was a doctor. She graduated from PA school when she was 45.
Uh huh.
So wait a second. What do you mean 45? She graduated from school? Yeah, she went to school. She went to college when she was 40.
Right.
And as she was going to college, she joined this program in New Jersey for PA, physician assistant. So in 5 years, she became a PA.
Right.
Reason being is because she was a Jewish female, and I think she, her husband, they separated or divorced, whatever. So now she had to provide for her kids.
Right.
Best way to do it, she went back to school, became a PA, and now she was a professional.
Right.
So she told me, what is it that you want to do? Because I don't see you like very engaged into this career field. I said, I always wanted to become a pilot. She's like, why don't you do it? I was like, I'm 24 years old. I'm too old already. She's like, what? Dude, go find a way, go to school, whatever. And lo and behold, yeah, I enlisted in the military, Air Force. I took the test, I had a good score, and I joined the military. And since then, it was the best decision, man, in my life.
Have you ever had the opportunity to find that lady and tell her like, "Whoa,
No,
you changed my life"?
No, actually, no. I mean, I think I know where she still works, but no, I never went back.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just like one thing. That's why I always try to give anybody and everybody as much as beneficial knowledge as I could possibly can.
Right, because there's certain things that you don't know what you could say to people, and they'll change their mindset of things. Their life, their course.
Yeah,
Well, I'll tell you another story. True
that's
story.
Right, that's right.
I was in high school, and since I love aviation, right, I had a flight simulator at home.
So you really love it.
Yeah, yeah. It was a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2004, and 2004, the year 2004 Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I had a friend of mine from Colombia. He migrated to this country, and didn't know English, nothing, and he just went to school, and I felt bad. I was like, he was kind of sad, and he's like, I don't have friends or anything. I'm like, dude, you want to come to my house? Come to my house. We want to go to the computer. I teach him how to fly, whatever. He loved it. He got hooked, man. A year later, 2 years later, we graduated high school. That's it. I stopped seeing him, right? 3 years ago, I found him on Instagram. And I start seeing this guy's picture. And he has a picture of him. And behind him, he has an aircraft, a Cessna with two engines. I'm like, wow, that's great. And I contacted him, hey, let's go for lunch, whatever, man. Yeah, no problem. We met up again. And I'm like, tell me about your life. He's like, dude, I'm a commercial pilot. I bought my own plane. I'm an instructor, and I fly for American Airlines. And I've been in American for about 8 years. I'm like, really? He's like, thanks to you. What do you mean, Jonathan? He's like, yeah, bro. Remember that day you took me to your house? You were so nice and so kind, and you were saying so many positive things about this country, and you motivated me and started saving money. Went to school.
Wow.
Dude, his life is completely changed, and he's my buddy. We're still buddies now, but those things. Look, I was 15, 16 years old. I didn't know what I was saying, and I took this kid one day to my house and showed him, and he was hooked after that.
Just, you know what I mean? Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Just showed some love.